I'm finna crash out. Can't get rid of me, that's what they really mad about.
Yo, welcome back. Crash Out the Sitcom, episode 56. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Wallace, my boy.
A Omega with the motherfucking funkiest dope flavor, aka the funklest, drunklest fucking spicker around that you ever known in your motherfucking town there for sure.
Dude.
Episode 56. We in this mix like fucking Bisquick, you know what I'm saying? We
this
all up
bitch.
in this shit, you know what I mean? We got a lot of stuff to say today, man. There's a lot of weird shit going on. Val, hit him with it, man.
Nah, there's so many crazy stories going on the internet right now. We lost a legend in Hollywood. We also, just a bunch of crazy shit going on in New Mexico. We're going to get into that later with the good, bad, ugly, and bizarre New Mexico.
Damn.
Opening Crash Out, though, is going to be another freestyle, if you will. A Omega, bear with me. I'm in love with liars, dog. I think I'm in love with people that like to lie about me, dog. I think I finally cracked the code on my own shit, right? And I think a lot of people go through this too, where
It's the epiphany.
they fall in love with the idea of people lying to them or making shit up, and you know what I mean? And then, you know me, I love to be confrontational when people try to
You like to test the waters. That's what it is.
When people test my waters,
Yeah.
You know, only,
You're not always.
only.
You're not the pursuer there, but
No.
when you are pursued as somebody testing your waters,
Right.
You'll love to meet them fucking right there at the front of the fucking line.
And
man.
it seems like no matter how much one can get defeated by facts, right? People always try to deflect that and use a bunch of lies against me. It's happened my whole life, you know, getting in trouble with the cousins, and then they go, "Oh, it was him," and I was like, "No, I was just there," you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be.
Scapegoat.
Yeah, I've always been
Right.
that scapegoat. I think it's because people see the good in me, right? And they go, "Well, if he's really that good, let's make him look really that bad." You know what I mean? And I think they just cannot handle the fact that I'm actually a good person. I'm a good dude. You're a good dude. I'm pretty sure people have lied about you in the past. But that's the opening topic is, I think I attract the love of liars. You know what I'm saying? Is what the whole concept of what the opening topic is today, AO.
I think it would be that we attract the motherfucking flies to the good smellingness of the fucking
Flower.
You know what I mean? But you know they call it bullshit. But you know what I mean? Some of them were raised to love the smell of shit instead of learning to love the smell of roses.
Right.
You know.
No, I agree.
With that being said, I mean, there's so many people that try to fucking put a veil over our eyes, like if we're blind or like we don't see that there.
Right.
Just because we look a certain way and act a certain way and move a certain way doesn't mean that we are naive to the way that you're moving in everyday situations.
Well, what makes what makes me even get more driven in these situations is the fact that they think I'm stupid, right? Like the whole thing of me ever getting mad at somebody completely, like,
is for a fucking damn good reason.
and mostly it's because they think I'm dumb. You know what I mean? I'm like, you really think I'm that dumb? That's like insulting to me because I know I'm not stupid. I pretty much predicted what you were just about to do and counteracted before you even had a chance to act. You know what I'm
Saw
saying?
the
Like,
writings on the wall, my friend.
yeah, so it is what it is, A Omega. I think I attract the love of liars. I think I attract the love of people that are damaged sometimes even, you know what I'm saying? Like with past relationships with girls.
The only thing I attract there besides that is fucking just solitude, my nigga. They're like,
I would rather attract that.
you know,
honestly,
nobody. There's no attraction for me. I'm just like, I'm by myself, which is good because
Hey,
I can reflect a little
universe,
bit
switch us places for a bit. You
more.
know what I mean?
I can stay
Let
in
my
peace
boy,
by
let
myself.
my boy go through a couple of crazy relationships and shit, and have people lie about him for a couple years
real.
straight. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
I'm
I would trade you for the solitude. Trust me, dog. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think I just attract the love of liars. People love to lie about me. People love to make up this image of Vile is this or Tony is that, or you know what I'm saying?
Complete bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
it's just so crazy to me, and
narratives.
I just wish it would stop. You know, I wish people would really stop and be like, "Damn, this guy is really a good guy," and everyone's just fucking with him, and you know, whatever.
Y'all lost.
Yeah,
Y'all motherfucking lost. That's like me there. You ain't gonna see me right now. I'm ghosting y'all except for this show.
Speaking of ghosts,
Trick ass bitch.
Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah,
Wrong.
I guess because I grocery shop.
What really happened to Hayden Panettiere? I don't even know if I said that right, but Hayden Panettiere, dead at 36, her final hours, the 911 call, and who was there. Hollywood just lost another young star, and this one hits different. Hayden Panettiere was only 36 years old, the hero's cheerleader, the star of Nashville, Kirby from Scream. She's gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's really sad. I first seen her in Remember the Titans. She was the coach's daughter. Really passionate about football in the film. Real energetic. And it seems like...
Is she holding the camera?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't
that
know.
one? No, I'm just
I
kidding.
think she had a camera.
There's a couple
in that
of
one.
them.
Yeah. But
Sorry to get you off topic.
I think that might be with the other one, the one with the kid that they adopted from the college one.
brother.
Or whatever. Yeah.
The brother.
But anyway, so I think what I'm gathering from all of this is she was a young Hollywood star.
Okay.
A lot of these movies were made while she was young. She had the access to all these drugs as a kid, right? Just like most child stars do, right? I guess in Hollywood, what they call it is a Hollywood buffet. And it literally, you have access to every drug while you're on set. So if you're playing a heroin addict, you definitely have some heroin on set to help you get heroined out. So you look more heroined out while you're on film. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. So it seems
Talk
like
about falling into character.
right, exactly, falling out into character.
Jesus.
So it seems like this is what happens a lot with young Hollywood, right? Like they gather these kids up, they get them addicted, they keep them in the films, you know, they keep them paid, they keep them working as working actors, working actresses, and then the second that, you know, we've seen this a million times, the second they mention someone like the elites or the Illuminati or whatever the case is, that's when couple months later goes by and then she all of a sudden passes away from a drug overdose, or they all pass away from a stroke or a heart attack or some kind of seizure that leads to a death. It's just the pattern in Hollywood that we see every single year by year, day by day, week by week, whatever the case may be. Omega, what do you think about all this?
I think that this is just an ongoing trend there because it is, again, to get rid of the old and be rebirthed with a new, similar face. If you think about it there, I mean, this young lady there, I mean, at that time, you know what I mean, when she was starring in all of her, stuff in, sitcom, doing stuff on Nickelodeon,
Right.
Or, well, you know what I mean, breaking into film, like major film for the first times. She was young, very, very prominent. She looked like she had some longevity to go. You know what I mean? She has numerous films where she had been, again, like how Vile said, a working actress there. So she would, do films there, but she wasn't always like the lead role in these films, whether she was a cameo or whatever there.
Yeah.
A couple of the first ones, like how you mentioned there in, the Titans there, you know what I mean? The football film, you know what I mean? The second one that I know that was like, I Love You, Beth Cooper, that was probably more of her lead role films that I remember because my sisters liked that movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I remember they'd watch it on DVD and I'm like, yo, fucking change the movie already. Fucking Beth Cooper. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she reminds me like similar features of like Sabrina Carpenter.
I was just gonna say that.
You
You
know?
mentioned that earlier before the show. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some, striking similarities there. You know what I mean? Even though the other Sabrina doesn't do the movie things yet.
Yeah.
But there's always a crossover with the way these entertainers work.
And this is my conspiracy brain, allegedly, and in my opinion, who's to say that they didn't take Hayden, you know what I mean, put her in the little genetics cloning machine, put another actress in there, and then spit out Sabrina Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we see a lot of these soul swapping stories. We see a lot of these lookalikes. We see people that and they're horrible. They don't even look alike. You know what I mean? Like, that's
some of them
crazy.
go very horrible. Some of them look okay. They're like, the Selena Gina Davis thing, bad,
really bad,
botched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Hollywood's awful plastic surgeon story.
Yeah.
Kind of shit there.
She almost looks like that thing from Hellraiser, like the new Hellraiser.
With the eyes pinned back? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and like the black in the eyes and all that. Yeah, it's just crazy, bro. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is more than just an average actress that grew up around drugs and then she just died from a drug overdose? Or do you think that ever since she exposed whatever she was talking about on these podcasts a few months ago led to her demise by some of the people she may have mentioned or
So-
alluded to.
Yeah, like what was the initial like cause of all this there? I mean,
They said it was a drug overdose. They said they found her in the bathroom.
Was an overdose there?
Like exactly like Marilyn Monroe type.
and
shit.
supposedly it was her boyfriend was around at the time, right?
Right.
The
Right.
boyfriend and the boyfriend's brother.
Yeah, it says dispatch information reportedly referenced a possible overdose, and people reported that Narcan was found at the scene.
Oh,
so they did try to
shit.
Narcan her.
So I mean, she might have just been exposed to something. Maybe those guys had like fentanyl or like some kind of drug that she just wasn't used to or ever been exposed to.
Yeah,
Damn, that's crazy. But she called 911 herself.
I believe so. Yeah,
Damn, bro.
yeah. She leaves behind 11-year-old daughter Kaya, whom she shared with some guy. I can't even pronounce his name. But anyway, this is what happens when America turns a child into a celebrity before that child can ever figure out who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And then this is rest in peace to Hayden P. You know, rest in peace. May your soul find eternal rest. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably dealt with a lot. You probably seen a lot. And I know that they try to spin that narrative of you guys having to use drugs to escape the past traumas that you've seen and, you know, in the beginning of your guys' career up until now. And I believe that this is why you guys are no longer here, you know, and this is really a sad story since the opening of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just an ongoing cycle, and it needs to, you know, be put to a stop. You know, I think it is going to be happening pretty soon. Honestly, I think people are going to start cracking down on a lot of this stuff.
A damn repetitive pattern, man. You know what I mean? The younger they are, it seems like they crack a lot sooner than their time.
Yeah, right
You know
now
what I mean?
we don't know exactly what caused Hayden Panettiere's death. So before the internet creates a murder mystery, conspiracy, or accusation, let the facts come out. Rest in peace, Hayden P. 36-year-old, way too young. You know. All right. Yeah, this one's a crazy one, Ayo. Let's see. Let me find. All right. Topic number 2, the chicken apocalypse. 100+ chicken orders. The worker breaks down after being left alone. And then after hours, just like 100 or maybe 200, 300 orders of chicken just come pouring in. So this happens.
Where the fuck you at first off? What's the motherfucking chicken restaurant, the chain?
Yeah,
and I'll let you know if it's worth the motherfucking $100.
Well, I don't think we've ever eaten there. It's in Guangdong, China, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So imagine walking into work thinking you're about to have a normal night, then boom, over 100 chicken orders hit your screen. A worker at a fried chicken shop in Guangdong, China, was reportedly working alone when a huge late night order surge came through. More than 100 orders reportedly hit all at once. He was trying to cook the food, package it, organize the orders, and keep up with delivery orders. And eventually he broke down crying. Delivery riders reportedly comforted him, sorry, and told him not to rush. There are social media claims that he was later fired, but that has not been confirmed. So the crash out question of the day: if your boss leaves you alone and 100 orders suddenly hit the system, are you supposed to kill yourself trying to catch up, or work at a human pace and let the orders wait? You know, I've experienced this. You've experienced this. You know what I'm saying? Being drivers or whatever, or even when we were bud tenders and stuff like that, when the orders start pouring in and you're the only one behind the register or behind the wheel or whatever the case may be, it gets a little stressful. You know what I'm saying? You do have to rush a little bit, but you're still going the speed limit, or you're still going the pace that you would go at work. You know,
different fucking factors there. You're trying to deliver orders during rush hour times there. I mean, let's take that into consideration, folks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Any given time there, if the kids are getting out of school there and you're trying to get something at home by 5:30 there, when you get there, chances are you're going to probably have to wait a little bit.
And this isn't, and it's not about chicken. This is about work ethic becoming exploitation. You know what I'm saying? Like what happens when they go, oh, they have perfectly good work ethic, let them do it all. That's exploitation right there. You know what I'm saying?
They love it there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Chris can take care of those evening ones and, you know, and pick up everybody early on and then just pick up the rest. And he doesn't need anybody else to help him out. You know why? Because he's a sufficient worker. And I don't think that he needs any help. And we're not going to ask him for any help either.
Yeah.
Or we're not going to, you know, even mention that.
Yeah.
Been there before. Sorry.
All right. Topic 3. Beyonce, Michael Jackson, and the lap. Everybody's been talking about this incident. There's been a video surfacing on the internet. Beyonce, Michael Jackson, they were on the phone, but she couldn't get on the phone to Michael Jackson unless she sat on the lap of the record executive that had the connection to Michael Jackson's phone number and had him on speakerphone. Did you see this shit, A Omega?
No, who the fuck was this?
So this is old,
when did this come out?
This is old footage of like Destiny's Child, like Survivor, like Say My Name era Beyonce, right? So she still had the fucking cornrows, right?
So this is the time when she was jumping in the bed with the guys, like with Aaliyah and Jay-Z, like they were in the bed and they took that picture of them, remember?
Yeah, I would say it's around that time.
Yeah. Okay, so, 2001, because they weren't.
So, exactly. That's what it says. So the footage appears to be from around 2001 when Beyonce was approximately 19 and still with Destiny's Child. She is shown sitting on the lap of Mark Schaffel, a producer / associate connected to Michael Jackson and related projects. Michael Jackson is he's on the phone with him, and Beyonce is brought over to speak with him. Reports say that Schaffel told her, "Come sit on my lap." Now, hold on, pump the brakes real quick. A strange-looking clip is not proof of a crime or sinister behavior, but is this the normal behavior of what's going on in Hollywood and the music scene, even back then in 2001? We're talking 25 years ago.
I'm not telling anybody to come and sit on my lap if I'm trying to sign you for a deal. I want to make sure and see if you're fucking serious.
If you're talented.
And then, too, just because, you know what I mean? Again, these motherfucking egotistical motherfuckers with power people. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they above everybody else there. Oh, yeah, come sit on my lap there and we'll get you the deal. Talk to Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
you know
that's exactly what it looked like.
Like on some real shit, fucking scuzz, bucket there. Yeah, I get young women to sit on my lap anytime. Like, man, fucking throw that motherfucking shit to the fucking door. Let the music speak for itself there.
Yeah,
you
everyone's asking what was Schaffel's relationship with Jackson? Why was Beyonce there to begin with? And what exactly was happening? Why was all of this going down at the same exact time? You know what I mean? I think it's one of those things like
that's weird.
When you first get signed, right? And
that's like Michael's last times there, dog. Like on his way out, like you know what I mean? That was.
And they said something creepy in that clip.
That was actually after he did that documentary when he did it on himself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that was just airing. So like, why was that coming into play?
Well, what was kind of eerie is when Beyonce did finally get to talk to Michael Jackson. They were on the phone and they were talking about, oh, thank you for doing this. This is going to be a major help for everybody, is what Beyonce is saying to Michael Jackson.
Right.
So think of it. Like if someone is telling you that right before you die, what does that mean to you with the rest of the singers and the pop stars in the world that are just about to sell their soul as well, or whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? So it could, to me, it almost seemed like, hey, Michael, I know you got chosen the lotto to be the next one to die. Thanks for giving us your blood. Thanks for the contribution.
I love you.
Later, homie.
I'll enjoy a little bit of the injection.
Yeah, that's what it kind of seemed like to me, allegedly, and in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Because I need just a little bit of Papa Joe's essence to dance on stage.
Exactly. They did the same thing when
shape-shift and morph.
Yeah. No, they do it for the blood so that way they could hone in on the singing ability of Michael Jackson.
Between the ugly things, the motions that her and Shakira did, bro, fucking, I can't trust any
of those shape shifting during performances. That's dead giveaway. Dead. Underline dead.
Yep. Straight the fuck up, there. And I'm just like, yo.
With this fly in 2026, though, Omega, I think not. You know what I mean? I think after all this Epstein stuff and all these Harvey Weinstein things, you know what I'm saying? I think with all of that, this would not fly today in 2026. So this is definitely footage that has been concealed and then now released in 2026 because, you know, a lot of people are talking that maybe this may be the year that Jay-Z and Beyonce aren't as famous as everybody else now. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm so glad we didn't fucking take a lot of pictures back in the day, dog.
To humbly step down a step. You know what I mean? And
yo, man, you know, step down, be humble.
Who knows? What if they got chose for their famous lottery and it's their turn to burn? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? You know, I think there's a time for everybody. They had their time. They had their run. And it's over. You know what I mean?
And the thing is to figure out what to do after your fucking run. Right. You know, like really figure out, like, you automatically think you're going to do that for your rest of your life, like a mechanic or work in the service yard or work for the fucking armed forces forever.
Right.
In the music entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry. That's like being a fucking playboy or fucking, you know, bunny. Yeah. By the time you're fucking 28, 29, you're already grandma by 28.
Oh, yeah, you're
29.
you're
You're
gilfed up.
You're gone.
Yeah, you're
gone.
gilfed up.
So I mean, again, it goes to the same thing. You just need to have a solid backup plan for your investments to keep thriving with that. There, if you're gonna still continue shit with music, there you should focus on being an A&R. You know what I mean? Figure out talent scout, figuring out shit to put people on, being a executive producer, really tapping into making the music there that you couldn't make yourself when you didn't have those options, whether it be, you know, hitting the MPC or playing the guitar or playing on the piano or learning the keys or, you know, just learning a string.
Oh, yeah.
Any of those fucking things.
I know what you mean. So what do you guys think? Awkward moment from another era or a glimpse into how strange the entertainment industry could be behind closed doors? This is Crash Out the Sitcom. What do you guys think? You know what I'm saying? This episode is brought to you by Bisco Cheetos brand, the illest brand in New Mexico. Make sure you guys watch out for the adventures of Cheeto, as well as all the apparel that's dropping this year. We're also brought to you by High Desert Relief, the premier cannabis dispensary in New Mexico. Make sure you guys hit Pod 5 off to get $5 off any purchase, any location across the state. Yeah.
Desert cheese.
Yeah, we're smoking on that desert cheese, feeling that ease tonight. It's really good stuff, honestly. Go check out the gram of that shit out.
That sativa is bomb, dog.
Yeah, for
I
real.
read sativa there. Also brought to you by Polite's Bodega there. You know what I mean? If you're looking for some of the premier blunt wraps, tobacco products there, anything for your rig, your Puffco, just your average pipe there. If you're looking for something really nice, you know what I mean? Maybe a present for someone, go check them out there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Really good Polite's Bodega there. Let them know that A Omega and Val sent you there.
We're also brought to you by X7 Supply, Lotus Fightwear, and ISM 718. These are the clothing brands that make your clothing brand a clothing brand. Whether you need one and done for a show or a concert or whatever, or you need 1,000 for your merch booth, make sure you guys hit them up on Instagram. They got you. We wear their shirts all the time. The shirts that we wore last time, I believe, got a couple orders, hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So shout out to Leroy the Legend for ordering a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We're also brought to you by
Gonzo Family Farms, my folks there. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for premier edibles, drinkables there, maybe you don't like to indulge in the flower, but you like to partake in some of the relaxation that the properties that the THC has to provide for you there. Your medical patient, you can get those incrementations from anywhere between 100 milligrams, 250, 500 to 1,000. The drinks, the hostels, go check them out there. If you're looking for some chocolates, maybe some nice little edibles, go check out the Skull Crushers. You know, fully rosin infused there, super nice. White chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. Again, too, 100 to 1,000. And also, if you are a flower head, go check out them rosin dogs or them diamond dogs if you're looking for something infused there. Multiple flavors there. Again, you know, indica, sativa, hybrid. All of them fucking rock. You know, they'll knock your socks off. Also, if you're looking for something stronger, you know, for my dab heads, Cody's Touch. You know what I mean? We had the fizz, which was the sherbet cake, strawberry guava mix. We had the jam as well as the rosin there. Very clean, very up to bar, folks. If you're looking for any of these products, go check out Oasis. Go check out Pecos Valley Production. And also, if you're in Santa Fe, check out Rocky Mountain Dispensary, folks.
Hey. That's been the first half of the show. Make sure you guys roll up another blunt, pour one up, whatever you guys got to do. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Crash Out the Sitcom, episode 56. Peace out.
Y'all stay tuned, motherfuckers.
I give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Spickers
Yo,
and
crash,
Spickettes.
crash out the episode 56. I'm your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Viles, my boy.
Hey, Omega with the motherfucking funkiest dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funkle, the Drunkle, the funniest motherfucker around, man. All the way up from your fucking head to your ankles, man. For real, man. That's on some real shit.
Hey, yo.
But episode 56, we in the mix there, you know what I mean? I'm always here with fucking Val, the wildest child there, you know what I'm saying? We fucking talk some shit about, you know what I mean? Fucking some heavy shit earlier there, man. That Hayden, you know, Panettiere there, you know what I mean? A young soul, you know what I mean? Very, you know, young to be taken out. Fucking just a lot of other fucking shit. BEYONCÉ, you know what I mean? Fucking
Sitting on labs for calls of Michael Jackson.
yo, that's some crazy shit. Calls him Michael? What the fuck happened there? I don't fucking think even Dame and Jay know about that shit.
They do now.
Possibly. Wait, we're here to break it to you first, sir. MTV News. Kurt Luder.
Nah, but we're going to get into everybody's favorite part of the show right now. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the bizarre New Mexico. Hey, Omega, the good in New Mexico. This week, APD is installing 93 vape detectors to be in a bunch of different high schools across the city. You know what I'm saying?
I did see this thing.
So it says, forget the rumor that there's going to be 100 detectors in every single school, but this is the actual number. APS has installed 93 vape detectors across 13 high schools, and the district used approximately $500,000 in opioid settlement funds for the project.
Hey.
So that's good. You know, the detectors detect vapor and send an alert to a central location so administrators can respond. Charter schools we're not included. So if you go to a charter school, you guys are cool. You guys could still vape, I guess. Quick question,
We think
though.
out the box over here.
Are these detectors protecting students, or are we just turning schools into a surveillance zone? What do you think, A Omega?
Yo. I mean, we're always under surveillance.
We've gone through this before. I think you said something like this had hit close to home. You know, someone with the vape got caught up and it got taken away, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it works in the aspect of that. Like if your parents don't want you smoking on a vape and you get caught with the vape, then you're probably not going to get caught again. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny about it is everybody likes to have what they can't have. Everybody likes to have what society says you can't do or have.
Facts.
You know, the more, like, let's just put it like this there, you know, the drugs, you know, that's one thing there. If you're a drug dealer there or if you're a drug user there, you want the most illegal drugs that you can have. Why? Because it's more higher in value. Let's look at illegal animals, snakes,
Crocodiles.
certain things like that, reptiles there, you know, highly connected to that kind of fucking market scheme there. Why? Because the brain tells you that
You're not supposed to
I
have it.
want to have that because I can't have that.
Yeah, exactly. Liquor, right? When we used to drink as kids, we used to drink like at the age of like what? When did you start drinking, A Omega? Like you
Well, when I really started like fucking, you know, knowing
continuously, yeah.
continuously there, I was probably about 17.
That's
man.
what I'm saying,
Where I could
so-
have a 6-pack in the fucking fridge there without mom or dad telling me like,
And this
hey,
is-
what the fuck is that?
this
Like
is
this
exactly
is my beer.
why. Yeah, that's
this
exactly
is my beer.
why.
Don't touch my fucking beer there because I bought it. You know what I mean? But I'm still 17 there. I was going against the grain. You know what I mean? I was a wild child. I grew up from the fucking, you know, Porky's Babies and all of them. You know what I mean? From watching all the old school movies where everybody would, you know, Teen Wolf.
Animal
I want a
House.
keg of beer. Give me a keg of beer. You know what I mean? So that's what we thought. You know what I mean? We didn't get to fully do the whole college shit where we were fraternalized and fucking, you know, we woke up with all the brothers all drunk saying, Alpha Sigma Chi, Alpha Sigma Chi. You're like,
Right,
we
you're
didn't do
right.
none of that.
No,
there.
you're true.
But, you know, we always knew like, hey, there was somebody around the neighborhood, especially in the Fay area, Trailer Park, the projects, you know, somebody could hook you up. Somebody's uncle or auntie was cool enough to fucking do that.
And go get you one
you know,
from the
go pull you
store.
out one and you know what I mean? I'm an uncle 10 times, you know. But I haven't bought
Don't
my,
say anything else.
I haven't bought my nephews a vape.
No, I know.
You know,
But
or my nieces
I guess
a
the
vape,
point of this
you
is
know?
just to prevent people that, you know, the parents that don't want their kids with vapes and getting
And it's hard
powerful
because
vapes
those
to get
parents
caught.
probably don't do any of that. Also,
No.
they don't vape.
They don't know their kids even have a
don't-
vape. you
yeah.
know? I remember one time this is what I used to do, right? It wasn't vape shit, but it was like I wasn't allowed to wear ICP shirts or like any kind of shirts that had like crazy images on them, right? Like that could be considered
Depicting
whatever.
yeah.
And so I remember I used to wear ICP shirts under my regular colored T-shirts. Like, so I just wear a black shirt with an ICP shirt under it. when I get to school, I take off the black shirt,
Yup.
put it in my backpack, and I'm rocking ICP for the day. So it's the same thing. I get it. You know,
Well, like the girls with the pants, right? Or they wear the dress there, but once they got to school, they took off the dress and had the mini skirt.
or the Daisy Dukes.
The Daisy Dukes there, you know what I'm saying? The fucking cheek chokers.
So yeah, so
Yep,
this is
yep, yep,
preventing
yep.
kids from smoking vapes in the school. I think it's a good thing.
They changed the law.
Someone that started smoking at a really, really, really young age, I do not recommend it for anybody. All it does is give you a really cool podcast voice at the end of the day. No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes you sound like this, man. Or you sound like this, man.
Yeah, or we're gonna run this city toots. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna end up sounding like one of those old ladies.
Let's
like,
go to the casino, mijo.
yeah, like Marge's sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yep.
So
It's
just
straight up. And if you're a singer, if you're an artist,
Don't do
if
it.
you're vocal, you know what I mean? If you like to talk, if you're used to speaking in big crowds, you know, the vocals are crazy there. There's a lot of variables though too. You know what I mean? Like taking for instance there, my grandpa, he never fucking smoked cigarettes or vape or anything like that in his lifetime. He died of mouth cancer at 88. So trip out on fucking that. You know what I mean?
sometimes
It's just-
they could be blaming it on something, and who knows what if it's not?
Yeah.
Like, I've been smoking blunts since I was maybe like 16, right?
Shit,
And
dog.
I have yet to have a respiratory problem. I've just got done getting like a doctor's bill of health. I'm fine all the way around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So she did tell me to stop eating fried foods, which I did, and I replaced it with like veggies and shit, and I did get thinner. So
It's hard. It's
Shout out to
hard
my
there
doctor.
because we come from the land.
of the fried foods. Yeah, like literally, like the Allsup's burritos I had to
Fried.
give up. I had to give up fried chicken. I had to give up fucking
So I had to take you for a fucking
chimichangas.
Yep, a Popeyes.
Today I had a Popeye sandwich, most amazing thing. I haven't had fried foods in so long, and that was amazing. So thank you, dude. I appreciate
we've
that
been
shit.
eating healthy, man. You know?
All right, let's
Try it.
move on. Let's see.
All right, so that's good. That's good that they're doing that shit, man.
All right, the bad in New Mexico. Victoria Martin's mom was released from prison after only doing 12 years in the New Mexico prison when she was sentenced to, I believe, 56. So Michelle Martins, the mother of 10-year-old Victoria Martins, whose 2016 murder shocked Albuquerque. Recent social media reports are saying that Michelle Martins has been released from prison after serving her sentence, but I'm finding conflicting information about the exact release date and whether she served the full 12 years. The reason it says that is because she did 6 years before the trial and then 6 years after the trial of and sentencing like that. But I found out from shout out to Johnny, the news guy, right? What's his name?
Johnny America.
Johnny America, the news guy. He was giving some information on this, saying that that's what happened, that she served the 6 years before and then the 6 years after, and that they let her out after that because she testified against the boyfriend and placed all the blame on him and placed a no contest to all of her charges.
Dude, this whole fucking case has been a fucking shit show. You
Since
know what
the
I mean?
beginning, yeah.
Since the fucking, there's been so many indiscretions with the other female that was involved as well. You know what I mean? I really don't.
And
like,
I don't want to get it. We wouldn't have to get into
I don't
the
like
details.
to talk.
Everybody
yeah,
knows the
yeah.
details. We don't have to get into the details.
I just know I know him personally. There, fucking Fabian. You know that's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, A
I'm not- I
Omega,
don't-
A Omega
I don't wanna-
beat that fool's ass.
I don't want to fucking get into that.
No,
but
I'll tell him. A Omega beat that fool's motherfucking ass.
Later, fucking in the day there. I don't want. You know what I mean? But
No.
yeah, it was.
Facts is facts.
It was a thing there. I've met that individual, and this really didn't seem like he was all there. You know, and now it's kind of crazy because everybody's playing pointing finger. Everybody's playing pointing finger. You know what I mean? The other female that was involved, I guess she's out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
she
it was
didn't
two
get no
females
charges.
and him.
Yeah, she didn't get no charges.
Nope, because they said it was those two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it was just a whole sad ordeal. You know what I mean? Such a young, beautiful girl with a beautiful smile, and it broke New Mexicans' heart. I mean, even to see that face again, it just takes me back. It reminds me, you know what I mean, of how cruel these fuckers can really be out here. You know what I mean?
It's a
such
sick, sad world everywhere,
little-
dog. But it seems like Albuquerque and New Mexico has this weird reputation of having the worst stories, the worst murders, the worst kidnappings, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just we have the worst of everything, and I believe that that's what makes us look bad. And it just needs to stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't stop it by just saying that, but, you know, everybody needs to do their part. See something, say something. all that type of shit.
We need to fucking really protect our kids again. You know what I mean? At the end of the fucking day, that's what we always say over here. We always emphasize that there. Protect the children there, you know what I mean, at all costs there. Why? Because they are our future, folks. Let's wake up now, you know what I mean? And again, early release, slap on the hand, and then homeboys, yeah, let's see what happens with him.
Yeah. All right, the ugly in New Mexico. Speaking of children and their futures, $3 million in school funding was stolen by a lady named Cheryl Williams Stapleton, who has also served as an APS career and technical education director. She was convicted in federal court this week. Prosecutors said that she helped divert more than $3 million in public school money to a company owned by a friend. The case involved allegations of kickbacks, fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy. Prosecutors presented evidence that more than $1 million was deposited into Stapleton's accounts through checks from her co-defendant, business owner, whatever that lady was.
$1 million.
Well, that's what they actually were able to, find that. You know what I mean? The presented evidence of 1 million. So they're like, well, if we can find this 1 million, I bet you we can backtrack it twice more and find 2 more million.
Yeah, unaccounted for.
Yeah, so it's 3 million altogether.
Yeah, at least we allocated the funding for the 1 million loss.
Right.
Let's
do it 2 more times.
But there's still 2 million more unaccounted for.
All they have to do is go back 2 more times. That's what I'm saying. Like 2 more years, you'll find the other 2 million.
Like,
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's all they have to do. So they just speculated, like, if we could find this 1 million and we find the same pattern in the past 2-3 years that adds up to the other 2 million, we know that you got
that's
that $3 million.
That's so fucking sad. There, at the end of the day, there, you know what I mean? We're here for the community, and here in my neighborhood of Corrales or wherever the fuck you live at. I live in Placitas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're still taking from the fucking kids in the city there. You know why? To uphold your lifestyle, your lavish lifestyle.
Yeah. The ugly of New Mexico this week is just a reminder that sometimes the biggest criminals aren't hiding in an alleyway. They're definitely just hiding behind a desk somewhere in an APS office or in an office near you. You know what I'm saying?
No brown lunches, no sack lunches, I should say there, this week there. Sorry there. Public schools, you know what I mean? You're not getting your park and recreation lunches when your kids are going to the middle school there, you know what I mean? And you're not getting any of the jailhouse juices there or the peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
It's like on Billy Madison, like, who would steal 3 million sack lunches? And then you just see this lady behind the bus with a couple other people, the business owners, and they're just eating all the sandwiches.
Sure tastes good.
That's exactly what's going on. So
awful.
The question is, how do you steal millions from a program that is supposed to prepare New Mexico's kids for their future? That's the fucked up thing about this whole situation, is that she's tampering with, the funds that are going to prepare our kids for their future and the kids after that for their future. And now she's just dwindling it away to some friend and laundering it into that friend's business.
Those misappropriation of funds there, that was like the scandal in Las Vegas. Remember the mayor was hiring that one group of contract workers there for like the city or this and that.
Oh yeah.
I remember there, and they were using that money there, and they were just collecting it. You know what I mean?
I do remember that.
Same kind of shit there. You know what I mean? That favoritism. That shit needs to stop there. You know what I mean? You guys, this is the new era, and the information time is stronger than ever. You can't get away with the fucking crime from 1970 or 1960. I'm sorry. There's always a fucking paper trail. There's an electronic trail there. If they don't catch you today,
DNA trail,
they're gonna catch you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time.
And people forget that DNA could be like fossilized. You know what I'm saying?
Quick.
So when they find the old fossil type shit or whatever, they dig up a new body, they can use new technology to find out exactly what happened to that body. So, all you 1970s killers, I think you got away. Beware. They're coming for your fucking
Watch out there. You know what I mean? Young new prospects. I'm hungry CSI kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're gonna get you.
All
right, the Bazaar, New Mexico. Speaking of DNA and graves and all that shit, the Epstein's New Mexico Zorro Ranch got an exorcism this week.
No shit.
The new owner, someone bought it, but they said before we move in or take over the property, we definitely need an exorcism done in this whole place because they know that a bunch of evil shit gone down at Zorro Ranch. Let's get into it, Ayo.
That's crazy there. Remember, I was telling you a week or two ago, I was actually driving by that ranch and that entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw people on the opposite side of the entrance of the ranch.
Across the street.
Yeah, they were just, they had their cars parked. They weren't really gathering or like being malicious, or they weren't protesting. They didn't have signs, or they weren't picking anything. They were just kind of underneath like umbrellas, like really awkward, and they had lawn chairs set out like in the field on the side of the road, and I was like, this is a little odd for me.
I wonder if it's just like
And
like the elites. They probably have their cousins go and pull up, like, hey, pull up and pull across
these
the
were
street.
average cars, my brother. I mean, we're talking
They always are,
Priuses. There,
honestly.
we're talking, nothing Acura, MDX, like.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You
The
know,
cousins,
like, yeah,
the
yeah,
cousins of, you know what I mean?
So I mean, I just
Hey.
felt it was very awkward there. And again, too, like I told you, they pulled off the security detail that used to be parked in front of, behind the gate,
Right.
just in case anybody's fucking around. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
Beginning of the year, but they new owners there now, huh? Imagine, I mean, so they sold it for so
it says
many.
the former Jeffrey Epstein Ranch is
San
now
Rafael,
known as
yeah.
the San Rafael Ranch. Reportedly underwent an exorcism / spiritual cleansing after its new owners purchased it. According to the ranch's owner, the family was concerned about the property's disturbing history, and the arranged ceremony was definitely underway right after that. You know what I'm saying? The property was purchased in 2023 and is being planned as a Christian retreat.
Okay.
So the crash out question is, what did they supposedly experience that made them think an exorcism was necessary? And here's the important part. The reported spiritual cleansing is real, but that doesn't prove that anything supernatural happened there. But we all know, the stories and the conspiracies and the files, and they all led up to the truth of,
Just even talking the town.
yeah, all of the crazy stuff that went down on that ranch and what could have been going on in other places like the island and other things like that, and how they tied in together. So I would definitely have done the same thing. First of all, I probably wouldn't have purchased the property, but if I did, I would definitely have somebody come out and cleanse the whole thing. I don't know if it would be a Christian to do it, but
Christian retreat there.
I'd probably have the Indian guy from Poltergeist come out and do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that guy seems a little bit more accurate for sure.
That, and I mean, and there's 10,000 acres.
Yeah.
Let's not forget 10,000 acres to do whatever, whenever, wherever. That's a lot of acres to cover. That's a lot of land. You just don't need the casita.
Yeah.
You need the whole house.
Yeah, you need to cleanse the whole property.
Whole shebang bang.
Yeah, sorry, Christian people, but yeah, that retreat's going to be a little bit quirky for sure still. What do you think, A Omega?
Pretty bizarre though. That's weird though. That kind of purchase would come from somebody trying to turn that into a Christian retreat
Yeah,
after knowing what has gone on there.
that's the most questionable thing about it, dude, and that's what makes me laugh about all of this. And it's not coincidence. Everything's meant for a reason. Everything's done for a reason. So don't let it fool you that this Christian retreat isn't going to be there, and may or may not, allegedly, in my opinion, might be doing the same thing or continuing the same mission of somebody like Epstein. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I've heard other followers that I used to follow online, like this girl, her name was Lexi June. She said her parents flew her out from the Bay Area because she was, getting off of the rocker or not going into the ideals that her parents had for her. Shipped her to some fucking place in like Kansas or something, you know what I mean?
Cult.
And yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, especially, right, what can you do on 10,000 acres there?
Cult.
A lot of stuff.
A bunch of cultivating.
Just say, man, it's all culture.
Yeah. As we continue, from Hollywood tragedy to 100 orders of chicken to Beyonce sitting on a lap to New Mexico schools, a drying Rio Grande, millions stolen school money, to the Epstein Ranch and it turning into a Christian retreat.
And poor Victoria Martins, man. That
Rest in
wasn't-
peace,
we
always
didn't do
Victoria
the-
Martin.
We didn't do the dry ass Rio Grande, but we already know that y'all know that shit is dry shit. So
Yeah. It's still added in at the end. My bad. That was my fault.
We love
But yeah,
it,
rest
though,
in
no.
peace to Victoria Martin for
Martins,
sure. Moment of
we
silence.
still miss you.
Yeah, for sure. This episode has been brought to you by Biscochitos, the illest brand in New Mexico. Make sure you guys check out for the apparel and the adventures of Chito for the rest of the year. We're also brought to you by High Desert Relief, the premier cannabis dispensary of New Mexico. Make sure you guys hit Pod 5 Lot to get $5 off any purchase, any location. We're smoking on that desert cheese tonight, feeling at ease tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're also brought to you by
Polite's Bodega there, folks. You know what I'm saying? Go pick up some of them LA aromatics. Have you feeling good when you're rolling down the Cadillac down Central? You know what I'm saying? Polite's Bodega. Let them know that A Omega and Val sent you there, folks. You know what I'm saying? They hook you up right.
Hey, we're also brought to you by X7 Supply, Lotus Fightwear, and Ism 718. Those are the clothing brands that make your clothing brand a clothing brand, whether you need a one and done for a show or a concert, or you need 1,000 for that merch booth. You know what I'm saying? Hit them up on Instagram. I know they got plenty of shirts for sale already printed up of their own designs, but if you need something custom, they got you as well, for sure. We're also brought to you by
Gonzo Family Farms, cuz. This got me going good.
Gonzo Family Farms, definitely. Shout out to them. Shout out to Weedy Wonka. Shout out to
production
Cody's
team.
Touch. Shout out to all the production team at High Desert Relief. Shout out to everybody at Bisco Cheetos, everybody at working at Polite's Bodega. You know what I'm saying? This podcast wouldn't be the same without you guys. We got so much love for all of our sponsors.
And viewers.
And viewers like you. You know what I'm saying?
up.
So tell a friend, like, subscribe, comment. If you guys have any questions or topics that you want us to cover, don't be afraid to ask. We talk about anything, anytime, anywhere, any day. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do it anyway. Whether people like it or not, you cannot cancel us over here at CrashOut the Sitcom. So, you know, it's been an awesome episode, episode
Aspecta.
56. I'm your host with the most, the grossest uncle, Tio Val. This is my boy.
Hey, Omega with the funky dope flavor, aka the Funko the Drunko, you know. 56, we in this mix, we out this bitch.
Until 57, next time, we'll see you later, man. We're going to check you out.